say another dominant performance, albeit it was against the Detroit Pistons, but still incredible numbers, 41, 11, and 5 in 31 minutes. So another game where we just get to coast and rest him for pretty much the second half of that game. But as good as the MVP was last season, is Joel Embiid impressing you even more this year? Or would you say right now his numbers are that much better than they were last year? And are we looking at a possible back-to-back MVPs for Joel?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's surprising me, but I do think that him putting the back-to-back seasons together is very impressive. And I think this year feels more dominant right now, even more so than last season. So, I mean, he's doing it at it feels like at a more efficient level, like less time on the court. Like it feels that way. And I don't know the numbers as far as if he's actually played less time, but it feels like that. More dominance in less time. So it's definitely impressive. We're a quarter through the season and where we are now from a record standpoint, we also feel like we're better.
Yeah.
We feel like we're better. But it just kind of shows that things are still moving in a positive direction. You just, hopefully we can maintain it and he can maintain it.
So answer is yes for me. So he's averaging more points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks than last year in less minutes. That's true, Eric.
Yeah.
So I read this said on Twitter. He's averaging 35, 11.7, and 6.7 assists in games where he does not play in the fourth quarter. And that's happened 7 times. And then 20 games in this season for Joel, he's gone under 30 points only 5 times. He's gone under 10 rebounds only 4 times. He's gone under 5 assists only 4 times. He's gone without a block in only 4 games, and he's gone without a steal in only 5 games. So consistently across the board, he is just like he's killing it. He's so locked in, and he's gotten better in some of those regards. I didn't expect this big of a jump in his playmaking and assists. But this is what they call a guy firmly entrenched in their prime right now. Like we're prime Embiid. I think right smack dab in the middle. If there was like a chart, he might be reaching his like peak. I think like right around now. He's at that peak right now.
Yeah.
And this is only 20 games into the Nick Nurse era. I mean, he's only gonna continue to grow in the system that everyone's been talking about. So I mean,
yep. It's crazy, man.
And I will say, Eric, of the numbers so far, obviously 20 games in, but the fact that he's gone up 2 assists in only 20 games, but last year he averaged 4.2 assists. He's averaging 6.3 assists. Rebounds, he's gone up 1.2 rebounds already so far, so 11.4. Last year, 10.2. Which of these numbers kind of impresses you the most? The fact that his points per game numbers have also increased on top of everything else increasing? Or because, one of the things we talked about for the last few years is he could be a better rebounder. And, it looks like he is. He made that more of a mission for him this year because he's attacking the glass better than I've seen in a really long time for him.
Yeah, I'm still a guy that's expects more from the rebounding standpoint. I would still like to see some 30-20 games or some 20-20 games, 20-18, like more games like that. Because I think he's so big, he's so dominant that those are the things that I believe that he should be doing more.
Yeah.
But that's hard to do when he spends so much time away from the rim.
Yeah. Yeah.
Offensively and then defensively, teams want to pull him away from the rim.
Exactly.
So I would like to see if they can find a way for that to happen. I think the more dominant and he is in the interior paint, the more that'll happen. but he's an efficient guy. So offensive rebounds when he's at the rim is sort of harder to come by. So I would still say, the assists being up, I think that's more of the way they're allowing him to play more so than him being able to do it. I think him being able to do it wasn't really the question. It was just, is he going to be put in position to play that way? I felt like the assists should come from him on the block and teams having to double and team him more. Then you find assists. You probably get more hockey assists that way than you do true assists. But I do think that the rebounding work is better and improving. I still think that maybe that's something he could probably be a little more dominant in. I mean, you see other bigs in the league just having those 40-20s and 20-20s and 30 and 20.
Yeah.
And we rarely see him do that. We see the 40 points, the 30 points, but we don't see the 20 rebounds.
10 or 11 rebounds.
Even with 18 points and 20 rebounds, we don't see that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his season high is like
16.
16?
16. Second highest is 15.
Yeah, it's the first game of the season. Yeah.
Yeah.
And at this point, so we're 16-7 right now. So it's 23 games. We were 12-11 at this point last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
So we went on that run like right in January, right? Or right at the end of December?
Actually, yeah, December. On December 9th, we went on a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-game win streak. And then we only lost 3 games for a span of a month and a half. So yeah, we a lot more consistent this year for sure.
Yeah. 4-game win streak currently right now.
Yeah.
Potentially 5 after tonight, hopefully.